And I'm speaking to
Addisu Demissie, Cory Booker's campaign manager.
And if I may ask, what brings you to Northern Nevada tonight?
I came to help open this office here in Reno. We are really excited to open this office. We have some great organizers up here organizing, getting ready for February 22nd. This is going to be our hub of activity for Northern Nevada, and we're excited to open it to the public. We had a great turnout, and now the 116-day march towards the caucuses begins in earnest.
So we essentially we're up in the air, as they say, up and kick off.
Here we are, yeah, take off, exactly. It's liftoff, and we're not landing until February 22nd.
So I guess that being said here, why does Nevada matter for you guys in this campaign?
Yeah, look, it's an incredibly important state. Obviously, it's third in the sequence of states that are going to be voting, but it's an important state. It's the most diverse state to vote of the early four states. You have communities, African American community, Latino, Asian American communities. You have rural communities up here in Northern Nevada and in Central Nevada, and so in many ways Nevada is a microcosm of America, and I think whoever is successful here is going to be able to show that they can appeal to every part of the Democratic coalition. So it's very important in that sense, and it's obviously very important just in the sequence in terms of sending us towards South Carolina 7 days later and Super Tuesday just a couple days after that.
That being said, Nevada being part of the sequence, what specifically about Nevada is an issue that you want to hammer home to Nevadans that Cory's on board with them about?
Yeah, look, I think there's a lot, right? We can go to corybooker.com/issues. We put out, I don't even know how many plans on issues. I think one that matters a lot to Northern Nevadans is housing. Obviously, it's something that Cory cares deeply about. He's one of the few candidates that's put out a comprehensive plan on housing because he actually started his career as a tenants' rights lawyer. It was his first job out of law school, helping people fight evictions and stay in their homes and in their apartments. And so if you go to corybooker.com, you can see his full plan on housing, everything from a renter's tax credit to sort of cap what you can pay out of pocket on and provide refundable tax credits for folks who are paying more than that in rent, to ending homelessness, to making sure that the federal government ties a little bit of conditions towards federal grants for housing to build more affordable housing. So I think that's a big issue that we know matters, particularly here in Washoe County, and we want to make sure that folks know that Cory has the most forward-looking plan on it.
And I know earlier today, you were on a tour today here in Northern Nevada. I kind of wanted to get your take on that. What was your take?
It was incredible. I saw the Hopes site. I mean, what they are doing there with servicing tens of thousands of people at a very low or sometimes no cost at all. Not just the health care that they provide, but also the sort of full wraparound services, which it honestly was amazing to see. And that's the kind of leadership we need. The government obviously can help, and having a president like Cory Booker that can help, but to see the people on the ground actually doing the work and helping their fellow man and woman in times of need was just really heartwarming, honestly, to see, and inspiring to me to go back and remember why Cory Booker's in this race and why, frankly, I'm in it as well.
So, it sounds like, what you've seen today, what you guys are talking about is going to be, no pun intended, up front and pressing as you make the case in Nevada.
Absolutely.
People of the city of Reno.
From healthcare to housing, we talked about criminal justice today. All of those issues are sort of central to who Cory Booker is. They're not just tabs on a website. They are not just planks on a platform. They are the purpose of his life is to bring justice and opportunity to more people. And places like Hopes, that's what they do. Organizations like Action, that's what they do. And so to see it in action is exactly sort of motivating to the folks like us who are trying to give them new leadership in their federal government and in the White House that can actually support what they do every single day.
I'm going to come back to the ground because, and I'm glad I'm talking to you because you are the general, the guy,
the general
leading the battle for the victory.
Something like that, yeah.
And if I were to ask you, not to give too much away, what's the battle plan look like?
I can tell you what it is. It's not really a secret. We believe that the February states, Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, 3rd, South Carolina, are going to propel us towards the nomination. Right. Obviously, most delegates are determined in March and April.
Super Tuesday.
Super Tuesday and beyond. But the early 4 states, and Nevada being critical to them, are the states that are going to determine who the finalists are, and ultimately, I think, who is going to be competitive towards getting the nomination in July in Milwaukee. And so we are investing in Nevada. We're investing in the early 4 states because, and that is our plan, is to do well in those states, do well here in Nevada. I think we can win the caucuses here. And
a lot of confidence?
Yeah, I think we can do it. Look, it's wide open. But if we win the caucuses here, it will propel us towards South Carolina, heavily African-American electorate, and into Super Tuesday where all the delegates are being decided. And so I think Nevada is going to be pivotal towards that path of victory.
So you're taking the big Mo argument, that momentum is everything, as opposed to, big money, big.
Absolutely. Look, we don't have the most money, although folks should go to CoryBooker.com and give us some. We don't have the highest name recognition. There are people in this race who have run for president before or been vice president for 8 years. What we have is the right candidate and the right message. And yes, I think momentum is going to matter. When people start caucusing, when people start voting, that's where the rubber meets the road. And I know that when Cory Booker is in front of them, one of those choices, people pick him, people like him, people vote for him, people caucus for him. And we're going to take that momentum into Nevada, hopefully with a victory, and out of Nevada into the rest of the primary season.
And I want to ask you something unique because as well along that, because you guys made a unique appeal not too recently ago, and you guys met it.
Yep.
And how does that? I guess speaking to the appeal you guys made a couple of weeks ago, and that you guys were like, hey, we need 1.7 million in the next 10 days, otherwise we don't know what we're gonna do. And you met it. How does that make you feel going forward in meeting future demands for fundraising?
Look, you have to, not just fundraising, but from door knocking to phone calling to obviously ultimately voting, you got to grow to win. And you have to, you have to be on a trajectory towards victory. And what we said in September was it was a critical moment for us to be able to make some key decisions about what we were going to invest in and when. And, what I saw in that moment was a couple things. One is that people are with us, even the people who haven't necessarily decided on Cory as their final choice. They definitely believe that his voice matters in this race, number one. And two is they believe that we should be, in the finals, as it were, right? And the finals comes when people start voting and caucusing. Right. And so we have always been building this campaign with an eye towards February 3rd, 11th, 22nd, here, and 29th.
Where we stand.
And that is what we are going to continue to do. And now, thanks to the help of a lot of people, we have the capacity to keep growing and keep building towards it.
So, essentially, you've got a lot of confidence, a lot of faith that,
Oh, yeah. It's a wide open race. It's a wide open race. We even saw today national polls. People are upstate polls. Somewhere between 9 and 20% of people have actually decided who they're going to vote for. 4 out of 5 caucus goers in Nevada, I would say, at the most, have firmly decided who they're going to vote for, or caucus for, I should say. And so there's just so much time left, It's like people are just starting to tune in. The plane's just taken off. I think most people are going to make their decisions in the last 2 to 6 weeks. That's how it always happens. And we are building for that moment. And so, I'm very confident that I know that the more people see Cory, the more people hear his message, the more they like him, and they're going to caucus for him on February 22nd.
So that naturally asks my favorite question, being a local Nevadan, and
sure.
a Reno local. How often, or when's the next time we'll be able to see Cory?
We will see. I actually don't know the exact date. I know we're going to be back in Nevada, in Clark County, for the First in the West dinner, which is a huge, gigantic Nevada event. Right. When is that? The 17th, November 17th, coming up. My hope is that we're back here soon after that or soon before that. But we know that Washoe County and Northern Nevada and the rurals, which I have to mention, are critical towards getting the delegates to win Nevada, getting the votes to win Nevada. And so we're going to be back here often before February 22nd.
And can I ask another secret sauce question here?
Sure.
Are we expecting any endorsements down the line? Anyone coming out for you guys?
You have to stay tuned on that one. I'm not giving you that scoop. Right. Nice try, though. Nice try, though. You got
That's why I'm here.
We got some stuff in the oven. All right. Bacon. So we'll see. Stay tuned.
All right. Well, I'm glad I asked. Because that's where the sauce is made.
I know. You do.
And then I guess my closing question for you, and again, I thank you for giving me the 50,000 foot and on the ground level perspective, because you're the right guy to ask about this. Is there anything else I haven't asked you about your visit to Nevada tonight? about the campaign that you'd like my readers to know? Anyone in general here in Reno, Northern Nevada, know about Cory, the mission?
Yeah, look, I'd say a couple things. One is, and I said this in my remarks, I don't know if you got them, now is the time to engage. I want to encourage everybody who might be reading or listening or whatever. It is now we are picking a president, and now is the time to get involved. And so I would encourage people to go to CoryBooker.com to sign up for a volunteer shift, to chip in a couple bucks if Cory's your candidate. Even if he's one of your 3 candidates, now's the time to engage with all 3 of them. And so that's sort of number one. I think number 2 is this is the most important election of our lifetimes. People say that all the time, but look at what we have in the White House. Look at what we have coming out of the White House every single day. It is time to repair this country after the damage that Donald Trump has done to it. And to do that, we're going to need someone who can heal and who can bring us back together in common cause and common purpose. And there is nobody better than Cory Booker to do that. It has been the cause and purpose of his entire life. And if that is what you're looking for in a candidate, you need to look no further than Cory.
Awesome. Right. I want to say thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Oh, not sir, but thank you. Thank you, Addisu.
I don't know who sir is, so I appreciate it.
And thus ends my interview with Cory Booker, campaign manager.
Addisu Demissie.
Thank you. I didn't want to butcher it, but thank you. Thank you. And